In the heart of Padre Pio, every day was a kind of Advent. His simple, prayerful joy was rooted in the hope that he would one day be with Jesus and Mary in paradise. It was a hope that stayed with him no matter how much he suffered, and he suffered a great deal. People sometimes say that Padre Pio looked stern or angry in his photographs. Yet, as those who knew him would often say, he never lost his childlike love for Jesus and his mother. As we begin this journey through Advent with Padre Pio, let me introduce you to my dear friend Ray Ewan, who got to know the Capuchin friar and mystic while stationed near San Giovanni Rotondo during World War II. 7 times, Ray served at Mass with Padre Pio in his chapel and witnessed Padre Pio's extraordinary spiritual gifts. Years later, I had the great pleasure of going with Ray first to Padre Pio's beatification and later to the canonization in Rome. Shortly after the canonization, Ray and I went to San Giovanni Rotondo to visit Padre Pio's home and the chapel in the old church of Santa Maria delle Grazie. The church and monastery date back to the 16th century. Near this chapel stands Padre Pio's private confessional. Numerous miracles took place in that confessional, where Padre Pio read the hearts of penitents and guided them to make a full confession. Many tears were shed, and most were tears of joy. As we were leaving the chapel, I asked Ray what came to mind as he stood inside the chapel where he had so often seen Padre Pio serving on the altar. Ray looked at me and said, "The last time I saw him, before returning to the U.S., I remember thinking, the next time I see him will be in paradise." As he recalled this thought, Ray had tears in his eyes. Many years would pass before Padre Pio's death in 1968. Yet Ray never forgot that moment of seeing that holy man on the altar and having the sense that he was in the presence of a man waiting to be called home. Years later, Ray was called home as well, holding fast to his hope of heaven, just as Padre Pio did. I have no doubt Padre Pio was waiting for Ray when he arrived at the gates of paradise. May we all never lose sight of that great hope, the great hope that was born the day love became incarnate in the womb of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Read. In the 6th month, the angel Gabriel was sent from God to a town of Galilee called Nazareth to a virgin betrothed to a man named Joseph of the house of David, and the virgin's name was Mary. And coming to her, he said, "Hail, favored one, the Lord is with you." But she was greatly troubled at what was said, and pondered what sort of greeting this might be. Luke chapter 1, verses 26 through 29. Reflect. May the sweetest child Jesus bring you all the graces, all the blessings, all the smiles that appeal to his infinite goodness. Padre Pio.